Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for staying with us. Today, in this 1 hour, we are going to look at the most innovative and the most popular short-form productions from South Korea. Needless to say, short-form products are the new products of our digital time. They are often produced to be consumed on mobile devices. Short form fits perfectly to our modern time schedules. It's a great medium to convey messages, communicate and integrate with the audience. I'm sure you all agree with this, otherwise you won't be here. So first, I'm the Asia Pacific Manager of K7 Media, and here with me are 8 excellent producers from different Korean companies. Today's session is the first ever Korean short form session sponsored by Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism and Corp. And these are the lineup of Korean short form sessions. They are very interesting, very diverse, exciting. Some of the titles are the most popular short form dramas and unscripted shows. Some have utilized the latest technology for an immersive and interactive storytelling. We will have a deeper chat with every one of them in this hour. Our first guest today is Suna Kim, the producer of J Wonders. Hello, Suna. Hello. Hello, thanks so much for being the first person to speak.
My pleasure. Good to be the first since I was the last from the last session.
And can you introduce a bit of yourself and then the short form title you brought with you today?
Okay. So, I work for J Wonder, and J Wonder ventures into many different genres, and we succeeded to secure 4 government-funded projects this year. And this project, the I'm Fine Today, is our first short-form web series. And simply put, it's the misadventure of a North Korean defector family settling in the heart of Seoul, South Korea. Let's watch the trailer.
남조선에서 제작된 웹드라마 한 편이 왕시민들에게 인기의 불바다를 내려가고 있습니다. 열심히 살면 저렇게 높고 삐까뻔쩍한 높은 곳에서 환하게 살 수 있겠지? 가스비, 주도세, 전기세, 전화비. 생각 많았는데 내가 왜 이렇게 많네? 우리 이러다가 남한에서 꼬집이 되는 거 아닌가? 목숨 걸고 탈북해서 남한에서 정착한 지 1년 됐어요. 사장님, 열심히 할게요.
제가 조선족을 써봤는데요. 이 말귀를 잘 못 알아들어요.
네, 조선족이 아니라 탈북민이에요. 한민족이에요, 우리.
아, 네, 알겠습니다. 죄송합니다. 다음에 오세요. 네.
난 불과 6개월 전 북에서는 좋은 직장이라고 대접받던 국경 안내원으로 일하며 남한에서 온 광고 촬영팀을 수행하고 있었다.
김명아 동무!
영화역을 맡은 김아라라고 하고요. 탈북한 지는 이제 거의 10년 차 돼가는 것 같아요. 드라마였어요. 탈북 드라마. 남육당 인민들은 북조선 인민들을 그토록 부러워한다고. 그래서 빨리 통일을 해서 장군님 품에 안기고 싶어 한다고 그렇게 배웠는데 우리가 다 자가용차 타고 다니는 저 사람들이 뭐가 부족해서 우리를 부러워했을까 좀 내가 속았구나라는 생각이 들었어요.
Wow, this is a very unique IP, isn't it? How did you come up with this topic and this style of storytelling, sitcom first and then interview later?
I think the biggest wish of Korean people is the peaceful unification between two Koreas. And J Wonder, we try to make programs that can contribute for that cause. There are about 30,000 North Korean people living in South Korea. Some of them made it into the society, but a lot of them are having hard time assimilating into South Korean society. So we want to talk about their stories, but in a very respectful and entertaining manner. So we decide to hire actual North Korean defectors as actors and also convey their own stories through their own voices.
And how about the reactions from the viewers? Do they like it?
Yeah, so far we've uploaded 5 episodes on our YouTube channel. And I think that there are about 3 different feedback groups. The first one is, of course, we feature a K-pop band member. So there is a K-pop fan reacting to his acting. And also there are a big group of people, others in 20s, 30s, and 40s, Koreans who are interested in these North Korean cultures and value system that they learn from the drama. And also I think it has a huge potential to appeal to all those fans for K-pop and K-drama around the world.
So do you have future plans to develop this IP to more seasons?
Yeah. So our first season focuses on job searching, which is the most essential part for North Koreans who to survive in South Korea. And in our season 2, we are going to focus on the dating culture, and then season 3, the wedding tradition. They are very different between North and South Korea. We've come apart about 60 years and present many interesting subject matter. So we are looking forward to international distributors and co-production partners to move forward in that field.
Thank you very much, Suna. And our second guest is Wootak Lee, the team leader of CJNM. Hello, Wootak.
Hello.
Wootak, today you brought us 2 very popular titles. Can you first introduce yourself, your company, and the first title is Okay to Be Sensitive.
Okay, nice to meet you. This is Wootak. I'm from CJNM TVND. TVND is a digital studio specialized in short form and mid form contents. I'm a chief producer, especially in charge of a scripted show. I'm going to introduce the first show. It's Okay to Be Sensitive. It's about millennials, romance, and gender story. The season 1 covers prevailing prejudices of university campus, especially gender issue. Season 2 shows more detailed stories and realities of company life. It reveals uncomfortable issues such as glass ceiling, unfair rules between men and women, and sexual harassment occurring in the workplace. The main characters fight against the hardship and they finally overcome together. Let's take a look at trailer.
빛나 선배, 안녕. 선배 방학 인터넷죠? 어땠어요? 그게 뭐라고 말해줘야 할까?
혹은 저랑 같이 여러분들의 멘토가 돼줄
서울대 사왔습니다. 누나 맞죠?
영식이구나.
오랜만이에요.
그거? 그날? 아니 그런 게 이게 오절이 아니잖아 이게. 이런 걸 왜 찍는 거야?
만날 때는 헤어질 줄 모르고 촉하게 생각했겠지. 한번 만나면 다이고
넌 문제잖아.
준비하세요, 과장님. 이건 시작에 불과합니다. 인간 생활이 어땠는가요? 지금부터 알려줄게.
Personally, I watched this It's Okay to Be Sensitive from season 1 and I really like it. So Wootak, you also brought us another title, and When You Love Yourself. The title itself sounds also very empowering. Can you tell us a bit more about this second title, please?
Okay, second show, the When You Love Yourself, is the journey of teenagers becoming more mature and trying to find out how to love themselves and accept differences. The main character, Srin, she always tries to lose weight and she is afraid of how she looks at others' point of view. But she eventually realizes how to love herself as she is, regardless of others. Even if people laugh about her chubby look, but she doesn't care. And she and her friends sometimes misunderstand each other, but they began to learn how to love themselves and understand others' dream, identity, and love throughout the episode. Let's take a look at video.
그래, 수린이는 대학 어디 가고 싶은데? 예, 걔래. 그 유튜버 하는 애. 아, 그 관종이?
아싸! 민지 이겼다!
너도 참 여유다. 이 시기에 연애라니.
이러면 참으면 너 인생이 바뀌는데.
우리 여기까지 하자.
우리 조금씩 나 하고 싶은 게 없어. 효자일까?
요리하는 거 어때? 설레고 가슴 뛰는 거는 그게 꿈이죠. 뭐 이렇게 생각하지 마. 잘 될 거야.
내가 했어. 쟤 언제 전화할까? 그렇게 우리는 서로 부딪히기도 하고 화해도 하면서 다시 유지하는 인류들의 진짜 친구가 되어가고 있었다. 18. 한때 나는 남들과 다른 길을 택한 나 자신에 대해 확신이 없었다. 하지만 다른 건 틀린 게 아니다. 그래서 남들의 시선 때문에, 타인의 기준 때문에 자신에 대해 부정하지 않기로 결심했다. 당신은 지금 자신을 있는 그대로 사랑하고 있나요?
So these two titles share quite similar vibe. Can you share with us the performance of these two titles and who is your target audience, please?
Okay, It's Okay to Be Sensitive. It was released on the YouTube and TV on-air channel. The season 1 and 2 scored 50 million viewership. And now the season 3 has been discussed and negotiated with global OTT players. When You Love Yourself, the total viewership of all seasons about 30 million viewership, and it is also on the table to make season 3. In the case of our core target, these shows have a common core target, so-called millennial women. And millennial women account for the primary targets and heavy users of digital platforms. We want to focus on their controversial issues, such as Me Too movement, self-esteem, feminism, plastic surgery addiction. Of course, it's not easy to work, but we bravely tried it and it has been working. successfully. Yeah.
So what's the international appeals of these titles? Do you have any viewers outside South Korea that's watching this?
The subjects of these shows are distinctive. They are highly engaging items, pulling linear girls to our contents, regardless of region, country, or race. The total global viewership accounts for about 30% of total viewership. And global users are very highly engaging and participating in these shows, with sharing movie clips and commenting opinions. I guess why global users love this show, maybe Asian millennial girls have suffered similar issues. They are still trying to fight against traditional bias, man-oriented culture, a severe hierarchy system. These shows just want to encourage and empathize them, so lots of the viewers have felt comforting.
Okay, thank you very much, Wootak. Our next guest is Jaeha from JTBC's Studio Lululala. And hello, Jaeha.
Hello, Michelle.
Can you briefly introduce yourself and Studio Lululala to everyone?
Thanks for having me here. My name is Joowon Lee. I'm from JTBC's in-house digital studio called Studio Lululala. Our studio has been producing more than 50 titles of both non-scripted and scripted contents since year 2017. And here I brought our showreel. Please take a moment to watch our showreel.
So Jaeha, so far as I know, Studio Lululala has been producing some of the very successful short form titles such as What's Up Man and Workman, which you all just saw in the trailer. Did you learn anything from this success, and what's your future strategies?
Yes, Workman and What's Up Man are both non-scripted digital short form contents, and each episode lasts about 10 minutes long. And as a matter of fact, Workman has reached over 3 million subscribers just in the 3 months after the first episode released on YouTube. And that's a huge number in Korea. And I think Workman is doing really, really great in YouTube, but only in YouTube. And we think that that is the problem. Even though digital content consumption is on the rise every year, but it's still hard to distribute them to other platforms, including TV channels and OTT platforms, and it's also hard to make money from that. So I think it's because digital content, short form content is still too short to sell them in the market. And also there's only limited number of platforms out there to show them. So we decided to make even longer contents while continuing to produce short form contents at the same time. And this title that I'm going to show you, Way to Dislike You, is one of our reform contents that we have produced this year. So please take a moment to watch our trailer.
다솜아, 나 이상형을 만났어.
근데 만약에 나중에 너랑 나랑 같은 남자를 좋아하게 되면 어쩌지?
안 가? 같이 갈래? 친구하는 거지. 우리처럼.
약속하는 거다.
열, 우리 미리 남친 오빠 둘이네? 아까 그 남자 만화 캐릭터 내 이상형이다? 둘이 어떻게 알아? 내가 널 많이 좋아해.
Ways to Dislike You it looks very graphic and then romantic. What's the inspiration behind this idea and how's the performance of this title?
Way to Dislike is a romance drama based on Korean webtoon. It's a story about a girl who falls in love with her best friend's boyfriend, and she tries to find a way to dislike him so that she can keep her relationship with her best friend. We used to produce 5 to 10 minutes long short form dramas before, but in this case we try to make even longer, 15 to 20 minutes long. And eventually it has been making some meaningful results. Average 1.8 million views were achieved from each episode on YouTube, and also aired on TV channels, and also distribute them to OTT platforms in multiple countries.
As you just pointed out, Studio Lulala is moving into a longer form. Do you have any in development project you can share with us?
Yes, we are currently securing original IPs from novels and webtoons. And this title you see on the screen called The Shark is one of our big film content that we will be producing next year. It's a story about a boy who has been brutally bullied by his schoolmates and finally becomes a UFC champion. And we are expecting to make even longer, like 20 to 30 minutes for each episode. And also we are considering to make a movie version at the same time. So I hope that I'll be able to come visit ATF next year to introduce this case as a successful case.
Very good. Thank you very much, Jaeha. Our next guest is Jinhong, the team leader of the Starship Vending-machine. Jinhong brought us something really refreshing, and it's about live interaction with your favorite superstars in fantasy stories. So Jinhong, can you tell us more about your company and this safe NCT dream you brought with you today?
Hi everyone, I'm Jinhong from Starship Vending-machine. We create a new type of contents based on our own technology for image and video processing and the platform. The platform name is PUF. It's a media-based social platform services for easy and fast content creation and the various ways of consumption. So the same HD Dream is one example, and this basic format of the PUF original Save Me and its collaboration with SM Entertainment. The same NCT Dream is boy group of SM Entertainment. So the narrative structure is quite simple. Find something and solve the problem. And this is the key of the same NCT Dream is the interactive live streaming, where the content is made by viewers' choice during live streaming. So let's take a look at the clip.
야구, 농구, 태권도.
저는 야구 국가대표 박지성입니다.
국가대표 라젤이라고 합니다.
타격 선수 런쥔입니다.
태권도 국가대표 제노입니다.
농구 대표 스테븐 슈러라고 합니다.
이 나라의 제자 이재노라.
어떤 종목으로 체력을 단련하겠소? 여러분의 선택은 활쏘기요. 누가 마법학교 회장이 될까? 명대인강을 도와줄까? 어떤 훈련부터 시작할까? 어디를 살펴볼까? 대륙활동 미션 종목은
드림팀 스타트! 한쪽 어디로 모여요? 어떻게 모이지? 5, 6, 7, 8.
정말 축하드립니다.
여러분의 선택은 재민입니다.
This looks like a video game. How did you come up with this idea and how many viewers for this series?
And the starting point of this seven stream is concerned by SM Entertainment and Starship Vending-machine about live streaming. Many fans want to communicate with their favorite sellers live streaming. Although the fandom is strong, many live streaming do not last long due to lack of narrative, so it leads to high bounce ratio during the live streaming. So we developed the content as interactive live streaming combined with a better way of communication, the story, and entertaining tools. As giving the role to fans for making the story, so and the bounce ratio is very low, so because they feel like it can be a part of the experience, and the viewers made active participation to encourage the other fans or viewers to vote for the choice what they want.
Very good. Staying on this direction, there are many potentials to explore a better monetization. So Jinhong, the Starship vending machine, has any plans to help brands become more engaging with their customer, therefore create more income?
We are planning to make next season with SM Entertainment boy group and planning to expanding the target area, not only specific fans of singer, but also larger target area like 20s who loves to watch live streaming. For this purpose, so we are developing the interactive live project, adding commerce technology with some cosmetic and fashion brands. For example, the cast are put in the situation in which they have to make a choice. What should I wear today? So the viewers can vote and they can get the discount coupon of the clothing what they voted, so they can experience the content and commerce at the same time during the live streaming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jinhong. Our next company is SuperBean. Junghyun is the CEO of the company. Junghyun, can you please introduce your company, SuperBean, and what's the specialties from your company?
Hi, this is Shon from SuperBean. SuperBean is the digital content production company. Everybody asks me what is the SuperBean beans. So maybe you know the story, magic beans of Jack and every time. Yeah, beanstalk. So we use small stories to produce big results. We are also starting out a small YouTube channel, but we have no doubt it will be big someday.
Very good. So you brought us two titles today, and the first title is The Asian Chef. What is it about and what's the performance of this show?
Yeah, our first program is Asian Chef. Asian Chef. Before we talk about Asian Chef, I have to introduce our channel, Wonder Asia. It is also program title on YouTube. We started YouTube channel Wonder Asia in 2018. Which tells the story of Asia. The important thing is the program is to show Asia from the perspective of Asians. While I'm traveling the Asia for filming Wonder Asia, I felt intensely in common about food. So we planned a new program called Asian Chef. In this program, unlike the title, no professional chef appears. Because anyone can cook culture. Let's look at trailers, please.
중국에서 유학하러 온 방원원이라고 해요. 비슷한 거 있어요. 이 수제비로 다시 다른 사람을 만나고 저도 이 수제비로 여기에서 기억하게 되고 인도 요리 한국에서 하는 것들이 양파만의 생각 기본으로 거기가 들어가요. 민족 방글라데시 네팔 지역의 동남아 지역에 나오는 가정식 카레 무조건 오비스에 있거든요.
I think this is a very smart way to tackle the cultural differences and common in through food. And your next title is to learn about the culture through music. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, our next program is the White Beat. It's the third project on YouTube channel Wonder Asia. So this is the story of Malaysian musicians busking trip to Korea. So same as the Asian chef, he traveled in the very rural area in Korea, right? Jinhong, Nam, you never hear these cities. So we also would like to help Asian gain more in-depth understanding about Korean and Korean culture. Thank you.
This is the upcoming title, so we don't have the trailer today. When will this be launched?
Maybe next year we start shooting.
Next year you started shooting. Very good. Okay, our next presenter, Jinyoung Choi, is the team leader of Anipen, which is an AR production, streaming, and distribution company. Hello, Jinyoung. Can you please introduce yourself and your company to everyone?
Hi, I'm Jin. I'm from Anipen. Anipen started as tech company with the vision that AR technology bring new and innovative contents which are much more interactive and highly engaging experience to the people. With those technical backgrounds, now we are evolving to AR content provider. Today, I have 3 categories to introduce, which are AR content production, and AR kiosk, and AR live broadcasting solution. Let's see our video examples.
이것이 뽀로로가 선물한 거라고? 이 뽀로로님이 이 마법을 좀 부려봤지? 지금다 안녕 유정아 우리 같이 노래 부르자
2018ジャパン
声重さでした
ですねはいモンスター X でございますもう日本での、活動もすっかりさあモンスター X ですありがとうございますどうもありがとうございますありがとうございます
one-stop destination for all sorts of AR technologies. Who are the companies that you have been working with, and what kind of work are they?
We usually work with IP holders such as Sanyo, Iconics, and etc. For AR content production, we collaborated with Iconics for Photo in My Hands, which is AR content creator, and we also have the experience to collaborate with Line and Sanyo for AR kiosk. We customize their 3D character modeling and animation for partners. After the production, we include those assets to our AR kiosk platform.
Very good. Do you have any future projects you can share with us from your company?
Yes, we plan to add in motion recognition and gamification features to our kiosk, which could provide much more interactive and intense experience to the customers. We also have a plan to expand their experience to the other platforms such as AR gaming, AR SNS, and etc. Also, we try to find the opportunity to collaborate with YouTube creator or streamer. We strongly believe that to adopt our AR live broadcasting solution will enrich their content a lot.
Thank you very much, Jinyoung. For our next one, we are going to see how Grafizix, a production house making education entertaining for the younger audience. Eunee Park is the director of Grafizix.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Eunee Park from Grafizix. Thank you. Grafizix is kids content provider producing a qualified TV program based on educational purpose. Mostly we are focusing on TV series animation and also exploring to produce spin-off contents such as family-friendly musical, holographic film, and interactive kids content, digital contents, and short format for OTT channels. Today I present Friendship Shadow Imaginary Playground, a little bit of long title. So let's look at the video first, and I will introduce our title more.
간접적으로 경험할 수 있어서 훨씬 더 관계 이해도도 높아질 수 있는
상을 드릴 건데요.
상상력과 창의력을 키우고 싶으시다면 그림자 사선으로 들어오세요. 기다릴게요. 안녕.
This Friendship Imaginary Shadow Playground is a very unique IP combined with live action and the shadow kind of animation style, and has it been well received by your target audience?
Yes, so far so good. The main target audience is 4 to 7 years old kids. The series is released on one OTT channel in Korea from last year August, and so we got great feedback from both kids and parents. Some children said it looks much fun to create the shadows using some elements. And they also want to participating in the show if we produce more episodes in the later. And also some parents said that they are impressive because the storytelling gives any lessons by educational side.
Very good. And what's the next step from GFX?
Yeah, the shadow theater used in the show is our merchandising projects. So our next step is to sell the product in OTT channel like e-commerce. So we're developing more stories based on educational curriculum for preschooler and put the different shadow characters, props, and colorful background into the project. So we can create more several packages to sell them. So that's why we are looking for platform partners, both consuming the contents and selling the product at the same time in the channel.
Very good. Thank you very much, Eunee. Our last guest, Junghyun Song, is a young entrepreneur who had profound background in campaigns and events before she started her own company in Wonderland. Today she brought us a fun language learning tool called Kasa Chat. Kasa means lyrics in Korean. Junghyun, can you tell us more about In Wonderland and the popular video series Kasa Chat?
Thank you for the introduction. Hi, I am Junghyun, CEO of In Wonderland. We established in 2017, 2 years ago, to create exciting adventures through content and platform as like a Alice for adventure in Wonderland. Kasa Chart is our first content adventures. It is entertainment contents that learning Korean language through K-pop lyrics. It is totally different from the other education contents. In visual aspect, it has many beautiful graphic effects and fun-side subtitles as like a Korean style entertaining broadcast show. And also it is consists of various formats, for example, kids show and sing along together, and live expression using lyrics and Eunee coined word class, and also provide K-pop use. Sing believing. Let's see the trailer.
Hola, bienvenidos de nuevo a mi clase de coreano, en la que vamos a aprender como la otra vez el coreano que realmente se habla en Corea, por medio de canciones de K-pop. Y lo digo también. Por ejemplo, si quieres decir, he perdido la cartera y no puedo hacer ni esto ni lo otro, se diría algo así como...
Xin chào các bạn, chào mừng các bạn đã đến Kasa Chat học tiếng Hàn và K-pop. Mình là Kasa. Đây là một biểu hiện khi không biết bạn là ai.
Tonight
As we can see, there are at least 2 languages in this trailer. So how many countries has Kasa chart has reached, and what are the reactions of the viewers?
Yeah, we just started. We opened 2 languages. First is Vietnamese channels. We opened 1.5 months ago. And Spanish channel we opened last month. It is really early stage. And we are a very small company. We spend very tiny money for marketing, but feedback and reaction is great. In case of the Vietnam channels, we earned 2.6 million viewers in 1 month. And Spanish channel is really hot. It is supported by a really hot, crazy K-pop fan in South America. And it wants 700,000 viewers in 2 weeks. Only we upload 3 lessons. And the more amazing number is alarm and subscription rate. The alarm rate is almost up to 40%. If you someone to operate the YouTube channel, you know the number is really crazy number. And we'd like to expand this channel for them to enjoy the K-pop and K-culture.
Very good. So, and besides expanding Kasa chart to more territories, what do you want to do in Wonderland in the future? Any other projects you are thinking at the moment?
That's a really good question, thank you. That's the reason why I'm here. Kasa chart is really early stage. Some people say to me, it is too early to attend this kind of show, but my idea is different. It is a very global show. I need more really global experts helping hand. Do you know, there are 100 million K-pop fans registered officially in fan club. 100 million official registered fan club. It's an amazing number. And the diversity of country, language, culture is also crazy. And I'd like to expand this content in variety of languages, for example, Swahili, Arab, Thai, India, and so on. But we cannot do ourselves. And in terms of the Vietnam and Spanish channels case, it would be better if I meet a great expert who knows trend and local trend very well. That's the reason. Please come to me and discuss another future content if you have an idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Song. And thank you very much to every one of you and you here staying with us until the last moment. If you have any interest with the titles, any questions you want to ask us, please stay at the networking event just outside here. We are very happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Yes.